Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Good afternoon, and welcome to the TCIS Championships between the NA Bulldogs and the Cape Henry Dolphins. I'll be your commentator today, Olivia Heighton. The Bulldogs had the #1 seed in the TCIS entering the game, but last year they did have a 3-0 lead on the Dolphins at the end of the game, but blowing that lead in the last 5 minutes. So they have a revenge game today, hoping to win as they did regular season. To start off the game will be Olivia Galiotis, and we sent up the field to Audrey Newman. She'll be double teamed by 2 Dolphins on the near sideline. Bros get the ball as Haley Homla try to have a self-start on that one. Russell set it off. It'll come off the stick of number 12, Caroline Fluharty, for a Bulldog ball. Holland will send that one up off the stick of Fluharty once again. Holland will send that one up the near sideline up to Newman, but it'll run into her feet with defense by Fluharty. We'll be taken here by number 21, Sam Maiden. Back to their center back. And back to Maiden. And Newman will get a touch on that one. Dolphins will regain possession in the middle. Send it to the far side. We'll go over the sideline for a Bulldog ball. It'll be taken by Kate Ware on that far side. Up to Ackaway. But it'll be taken away by number 11, Beisel, for the Dolphins. That'll be intercepted by Brooke Bencourt and sent into Kate Ruffin in the middle. It'll hit a Dolphin foot for a Bulldog ball. Holland take this one on the near side and attempt a baseline run, and we'll get the call. She'll send a big ball into the 16, but a Dolphin will take that one out at the top. It'll be sent far on this near side for a Bulldog ball. Molly Ruffin will take this one. She'll self-start and try to get it up to Holland, but run into trouble with number 12, Fluharty. Number 10, Wallace will take that one on the far side for the Dolphins, as Betancourt will get pressure on that one. Dolphins will take that one again for a big hit. Where will stop that one on baseline? Dolphin shot saved by Tigner. And a Dolphin corner early in the game. This will be the first defensive corner the Bulldogs will have against them in the last few games. It'll be essential to see how they perform in this early minutes of the game. Number 12, Flu Hardy will take this insert for the Dolphins, and the Bulldogs will come out 2 by 2. She'll insert it up to the top to Allie Gordon, who will dribble it in for a reverse chip. Doesn't get it off right. It'll go over the end line for Bulldog 16. Thetford will take this one for the Bulldogs, her first hit of the night. She'll send a low ball to Molly Ruffin, who will send a beautiful ball to Newman, but she can't trap it on her stick, and Maiden will send that one up. Gordon will remain possession on this one, eliminating 2 defenders before reversing it down in. She'll send it over the end line for a Bulldog 16 to be taken by Molly Ruffin. Only 25 minutes left to play in this first half. The Dolphins have put on a higher press than the Bulldogs have seen in probably since the last time they played the Dolphins at Cape. We send up, and the Dolphins return this one. Be sent over the end line for a Bulldog ball on that far sideline. It'll be Betancourt taking on that far sideline, as Galiotis will recover this one for the Bulldogs. She'll send up a leading pass, trying to get to Ackaway, but she just can't get there in time. This will be a Dolphin ball. Be sent back to the center defender, and a big ball up. Galiotis will intercept that one, as she'll eliminate her initial defender. Try to send into the middle, but be taken away. Bulldogs intercept that one. That'll be Kate Ware in the back, sending it to Ruffin in the middle. She takes her space. And she'll get the call. This will be Rachel Thetford coming up high to take this one. She'll self-start this one, eliminate her defender, run into a double team, and have it taken away. Holland will get pressure on this one. And Olivia Reese will come in and help retain possession for the Bulldogs, sending it to Newman on this near side as she goes for a baseline run, runs into trouble, and hits it off the foot of Maiden to get the call. This will be Holland taking this one on the near side. She'll start this one, trying to get around number 22, Kaner. It'll be taken away. She'll try to get the ball to, looks like Flu Hardy, but Thetford will take this one instead for the Bulldogs. She'll send it back to Ware. We'll send it up to Betancourt to complete the transfer. She'll take that one in the air, but that'll be called dangerous, and it'll be a Cape ball. That'll be taken on the far sideline. It'll go airborne. Another Dolphin ball to come. We send back to the defense. And sent with a big ball through. Molly Ruffin will get this one for the Bulldogs. As she receives pressure by number 6, White, for a Cape ball. Number 21, Maiden will take this one for the Dolphins. As she'll send it back to 9, Zetterval. She'll try to send it through, but be a Bulldog ball. Galiotis to Betancourt. And she'll send a quick ball up, trying to get it to, looks like Huddleston's up there. And Newman as well. Newman will send it back to Betancourt. Betancourt will eliminate her defender. And get the call right outside the circle. She'll send it back to Ruffin. Will eliminate and take down her defender. Try to send into the circle to Holland, who will take the reverse chip. In for the Bulldog goal. Holland, too. I can't tell who got the tip on that one. See who carries back the ball. And that'll be, I guess they give it just to Holland. 10 minutes into the game here, Bulldogs go up 1-0 on the Dolphins. All right, as you've probably noticed, we do not have picture on the broadcast right now. Sorry, we have a little bit of technical difficulties. We'll be up as soon as possible. We just had Lizzie Adams taking to the game on the forward line. Looked like going in for Newman on that one, as the Dolphins will tip this ball off. It'll be sent up from their center up the far side into Molly Ruffin's stick. As she'll send a ball up to Lizzie Adams, but it'll be taken away by Maiden for the Dolphins. It'll be sent over the end line, as Fluharty couldn't get there, for Ruffin to take the Bulldog ball. She'll take this 16 on the near side of the field. And she'll send a big ball, but it'll be stopped by the Dolphins. It'll be hacking calling the Dolphins right there for a Bulldog ball. Holland will take this one right in front of the Henry bench. She'll send it over the end line in front of the Academy bench for a Cape Henry ball. Maiden runs this one up to the sideline to take it for the Dolphins. This will be taken right below the 50. And she'll send it back to 9, Zetterval, who will send a ball up to that far side, trying to get it to Gordon, and she will. She'll send it to number 10, Wallace, and they'll do a little give and go action before Betancourt takes that one for the Bulldogs and gets the call. Kate Rowe take this one for the Bulldogs on that far sideline. That'll be intercepted by 16, Summers, from the Dolphins. It'll be sent back to Zetterval in the defense. She'll send it up past the 50-yard line. That'll be Wallace on that one. That'll be a foot on the Bulldogs, it looks like, for another Dolphin ball. Taken on that far sideline around the 30-yard line. She'll send it down. It'll tip off a Bulldog stick for a long hit for the Dolphins. 8:20 left in this first half. Bulldogs up 1-0. Dolphins looking to tie up the game. That'll be sent back to Zetterval in the back. She'll send a big ball through. Holland will intercept that one for the Bulldogs. She'll carry this up the sideline. Sending it to Lizzie Adams, who just couldn't get there in time. Dolphin ball on the near sideline around the 15-yard mark. Maiden tries to lift that one, doesn't go as high as she planned, and Lizzie Adams will intercept that one, and Maiden will hit it off her stick over the end line for the Bulldog long hit. Thetford to take this one for the Dogs. Sell starts it, sends it to Molly Ruffin on the near side. She gives it back to Thetford, and Thetford takes her space. She eliminates 2 defenders. Poor Zettervall gets a touch on it, back to Thetford, and it'll hit Thetford's foot for a Dolphin 16-yard hit. Zettervall taking this one at the top for the Dolphins, sends a beautiful ball, but no one's there to receive it. It'll go over that far sideline. That'll be Kate Ware taking it on that far side for the Bulldogs. It'll be intercepted by a Dolphin as she takes it down that far side. And she'll tip it off a Bulldog stick over the sideline for another Dolphin ball. She sends it right into Betancourt's stick as Betancourt will get that one to Galiotis in the middle. She'll pass it off to Kate Ruffin, who will spin around her 2 defenders, try to send it to Holland, but it'll be intercepted by number 22, Kaner, before it hits her foot for Holland ball. She'll send it up, but Zettervall will get that one as it was meant for Reese. Huddleston going in for Reese with 15 minutes left to play. That ball sent over the end line by a Dolphin for a Thetford 16-yard hit. She'll transfer over to Molly Ruffin, who dished it off to Haley Holland. She'll send a big ball up this near sideline, where Newman will battle with Maiden for possession. Newman will gain possession and take her space. Trying to go for that baseline run, Maiden hitting it out again over that end line for another Bulldog long hit. This one will be again taken by Thetford. She sends it back to Ware, and she'll send it up to Galiotis, so we'll try to send it in, but Allie Gordon will take that one out for the Dolphins. She'll send it up right into the stick of Brooke Betancourt, who will retaliate for the Bulldogs as she runs into trouble with the Dolphin, but will get the foot foul. Betancourt sends it back to Ware, who sends the ball up to Galiotis, but she'll run into trouble with number 10, Wallace, who will send that one up for the Dolphins. Be a Bulldog ball almost at the end line on the sideline. Ware will take this one, but it'll be a Dolphin ball. That looks like Allie Gordon taking it for the Cape Henry Dolphins as she enters the 16-yard circle. But we'll get a foul called on her for a Bulldog ball. Thetford to take this one for the Bulldogs. She'll transfer it to Molly Ruffin, who'll dish it off to Haley Holland once again. She'll send a ball that'll tip off the stick of number 21, Maiden. Excuse me, that'll be number 22, Kaner. And that'll go off her stick off the sideline for another Holland ball. She'll send a ball up to Huddleston, but they'll say that crossed the sideline for a Dolphin ball to be taken by Maiden. She'll send that one up, but Haley Holland will intercept that one for the Bulldogs. She tries to get it to Lizzie Adams. But that'll hit her feet before it'll touch her stick for the Dolphin ball. Zettervall taking this one. And that'll be called dangerous for a Bulldog ball. 12.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Bulldogs still up 1-0. Gagliota sends this one back to Molly Ruffin, as she'll carry it up the sideline, eliminating her defenders. She'll send that one over the sideline, and it'll be a Dolphin ball to be taken by Maiden. Maiden takes this one, and it'll tip off of Newman's stick for her ball once again. She'll get that one to 22 Kaner, but Holland will provide pressure and get the Bulldog ball. Haley send that one up to Newman, but Maiden will take that one from her. She'll send that one up to number 7, Dozick, who dished it off to number 10, Wallace. It'll be a Dolphin ball to be taken by Zettervall here at the 50-yard line. She'll self-start to send a big ball. Get it. To Wallace, but foul called on that far side. It'll actually be a Dolphin ball. Surprised they didn't let her play the advantage on that one. This will be taken by Allie Gordon on that far side. She'll dish it down to, looks like, Wallace. They'll do give and go for another Allie Gordon reverse chip on that one. None of those seem to go her way this afternoon, as that'll be taken away eventually by Kate Ruffin. That double team by Kate Ruffin and Haley Holland coming out to be a Bulldog ball. Haley received pressure from number 12, Fluharty, on that hit, as will tip off Fluharty's stick for another Bulldog ball. Ruffin to take this one. She tries to send it to Holland, runs into trouble. Holland regains possession, and she'll receive the call. And she'll send it up, trying to get it to Adams. Huddleston's up there too. Gets past them, and Bencourt will take this one up for the Bulldogs. The group of youngsters up on that forward line, all freshmen and 8th graders up there, proving their worth this afternoon in the CCIS matchup. Kate Ruffin to take this one for the Bulldogs. She'll send it back to Thetford, who sent it up to Molly Ruffin. Ruffin will try to send that one, but it'll come off her stick a little wonky up in the air, and it'll be called dangerous for a Kate ball. Maiden to take this one for the Dolphins. She'll touch it, go a little bit high in the air on that one. Ruffin will regain possession for the Bulldogs, however. She'll send it up to Holland. Receive trouble from Kaner, and Kaner will get that one for the Dolphins. She'll send that one up to number 12, Fluharty, but Ware will get possession on that one and send it up to Betancourt. We try to give a leading pass to Huddleston, but it'll be taken away by a Dolphin. Kate Ware will regain possession in the backfield for the Bulldogs, as she'll also have that pass intercepted by a Dolphin on that far side. It'll be sent over the sideline for a Bulldog ball. That'll be sent over the end line once again, but this time in favor of the Dolphins. It's going to be sent back to Zetterval in the center, and she'll try to send it up to number 16, Summers. And she'll run into trouble with Galiotis. She'll eliminate Allie Gordon, send it to Betancourt. And Betancourt will send that one up high. Lizzie Adams will get possession. She has no one in her way. Takes her space. Tries to get a shot off. Can't. Huddleston will. That was a save by Eliza Adams to be sent off. Holland will get possession on that one, but get called for hacking as the Dolphins send this one out. The 16-yard hit. This one will be taken by Zetterval. She'll send a big ball up the middle, and Kate Ware will be the one to stop that one for the Bulldogs. She'll send it up to Betancourt once again. She'll try to get up to Kate Ruffin, sends just too big of a ball. Kate will take this one, send it up to number 6, White, for the Dolphins. This will be a Dolphin ball. To be taken on that far side. That looks like number 14, Chloe Mugler on that far side, taking that one. Trying to send it up to, looks like number 9. But that'll come up the sideline for a Bulldog ball. Kate Ware to take this one for the Bulldogs. She'll send that one up to Galiotis. She'll receive pressure from the Dolphins right below the 50-yard line. She'll regain possession, however, beat all 4 of them. That'll come off the pads of Eliza Adams. And Mugler will take that one out for the Dolphins on that far side. Betancourt will regain possession. Mugler will get that one back from Betancourt. It'll come off of Betancourt or Galiotis' stick for a Dolphin ball. 5.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Mugler will take this one for the Dolphins. Tries to have an aerial, but can't get it off her stick correctly, and Huddleston will get that one for the Bulldogs. But Zetterval will take that pass away from her, send it down deep into Kate Ware, who will send up to Betancourt. Betancourt had this one taken away by number 9, Zetterval. Be a battle for possession here in the middle, as the Bulldogs will get the call, and Galiotis will take that one really quickly, a little too quickly from the signals from the coaches on the bench. However, Adams will regain possession of it in the 16, trying to get a shot off. And that'll be a Dolphin ball, rather, coming out. Be Zetterval taking this one once again for the Dolphins. A big ball sent up on this far side. Be sent up. The Dolphins have possession in the top of the circle, but Rachel Thetford take it away as it slipped off the stick of Wallace. She just tapped it too far off without regaining possession. This will be a Dolphin long hit taken by number 14, Mugler, on this far side. She'll pop it over the stick of Schollwolf, it looks like, who was checked into the game. And will gain possession. Having to back pass to Allie Gordon to avoid the Bulldog double team. Tigner with the save in the air. But the Dolphins will get the rebound on that one as they've tied the game 1-1 with 3.5 minutes left to play in this first half. The Bulldog defense not doing too well on that one, as they should have helped Tigner get that off her pads. But they've left her defend by herself on that one. You can hear the excitement coming from this Cape Henry bench as they're now back in the game.
I'm going to fix the camera at halftime.
Okay.
So let them know when we go into halftime that we're still working on trying to fix the camera.
Is it still off?
No, it's on. It's on. It's just got all the other
This ball will be sent back. Kate Ware will retrieve this one for the Bulldogs. But it'll go off her stick over the set line for a Dolphin ball. The Dolphins still pumped up on adrenaline after that last goal, looking to score another one to take the lead at halftime with 3 minutes left to play. This will be sent up by Allie Gordon into the circle, but Rachel Thetford will gain control and take it out for the Bulldogs. She'll remain possession and try to carry up on that far side, but will be taken away by Allie Gordon, who will take a big shot on the outside, but will be deflected out over the sideline for a Cape Henry ball to be taken by Maiden. Sending her high up, trying to get all their forwards and midfielders into the circle, trying to get this last-minute shot off. She'll get that one into the middle to 16, who will send in the shot. Tigner on her line. And that'll be a Dolphin corner. I think they called that one on a Bulldog foot. This a big opportunity for the Dolphins here to take possession of this game. Let's see how they handle it. 2 minutes left to play. This looks like Zetterval inserting as the Bulldogs will come out 2 by 2. She'll send up to Allie Gordon, who will dish it off to Wallace. Down deep to Zetterval, who received trouble from Kate Ruffin defending. And she'll hit it into Wallace's foot, getting the 16 for the Bulldogs. That will take this one transferred over to Ware on that far side, who will send a big ball up. Allie Gordon will get a touch on that one, but Galiotis will regain possession for the Bulldogs. So try to get that to Adams, receiving trouble up there from number 16, Summers. And the Dolphins will win the ball on that one for Maiden to take this shot just below the 50-yard line. She'll send it across to Allie Gordon, who will take her space as there's no one there to defend her from the Bulldogs. Betancourt should be stepping up right now, as she does. It'll be a Dolphin ball as it'll hit her foot. Allie Gordon to take this one for the Dolphins. She'll send it back to Mugler. She'll try to give and go with Gordon, but will be taken away by a combination of Schowolf and Adams. It'll go off their stick, however, and Mugler will take this one for the Dolphins on that far side. She'll send it back to Zetterval, put a big ball in, and it'll hit a Dolphin foot in the middle. You can see her hopping off, as it'll be a Bulldog ball coming out. Only 20 seconds left to play in this first half. The Bulldogs desperately trying to get it out of this half to remain the tie at halftime. This will be sent up by Molly Ruffin. Newman will get possession of this one, run into trouble with Maiden on the sideline, get the call, and let Holland take this one. She'll send that one up into the 16, over the end line, and that's the end of this first half. The Dolphins and the Bulldogs tied 1-1 in an action-packed first half of this TCIS championship matchup. When we come back in the next 5 minutes, hopefully our camera will be fixed so you don't have all those little icons over our screen. We'll be back. Welcome back to the second half of this TCIS championship matchup between the Dolphins and the Bulldogs. The Dolphins hit this one off as their backfield sent it up on the far side of the field. That'll be number 12, Fluharty, trying to attempt to get that one for the Dolphins, but Kate Ruffin will take this one away for the Bulldogs. Dolphins will retain possession of this one as Allie Gordon will take it here on this near side. She'll give it back to Mugler, and they'll do a little give and go action, but Newman will take this one away for the Bulldogs. She'll send it right into the stick of Zetterval, and Reese will get pressure on this one for the Bulldogs. 5 Ash will take this one for the Bulldogs. She'll send it to Galiotis, but she'll send it right into the stick of Zetterval. Zetterval will try to get this one up to Fluharty, but Molly Ruffin will get trouble up on that far side. It'll come off of Ruffin's stick, it looks like. Oh no, that'll be off a Dolphin stick for a Bulldog ball as Holland takes this one. This one will be called the other way, and it'll be sent down as Ruffin will give chase. And she'll get possession of the ball, trying to get away from her defender. That looks like number 9, Zetterval up there. She'll send it up to Galiotis and over to 5 Ash, but that'll be sent right into the stick of Mugler. Mugler tried to get that one up to Dozick up on this near side, but Doherty will tip that one off the sideline for a Dolphin ball to be taken by Mugler. She'll send a big ball over the end line for a Bulldog ball. This one was taken by Thetford at the top of the 16. She'll transfer it over to Molly Ruffin, who sent it up to Holland. Holland will hit it off the stick of Fluharty for another Bulldog ball. And she'll send a big one down, but that'll be stopped on that far side by a Dolphin and sent in to Wallace. It'll be sent up, trying to get into the 16. Thetford will try to stop that one, but it'll hit her foot instead of her stick for another Dolphin ball. Allie Gordon to receive this one from Wallace as she tries to beat 2 defenders, and she'll hit into the feet of 5 Ash for another Dolphin corner, their third of the game, first of the half. Fluharty to insert this one for the Dolphins as the Bulldogs will come out in their normal 2x2. She'll insert this one to Wallace, it looks like. She'll take that one, and it'll go out just beyond that far post. And it looks like Coach Werkheiser has called a timeout for the Bulldogs with only 4 minutes into the half. We'll return when the players enter the field. And we're back with 26 and a half minutes left to play in the second half. This will be Thetford taking a 16-yard hit from the top of the circle for the Bulldogs. She'll send that one over to Molly Ruffin on the far side. Send a big ball trying to get it to Brooke Betancourt, but we take away the Dolphins, and then again by Betancourt. She'll send up to Newman. No, I'm sorry, that's still Betancourt up on that far side. And she'll hit it off a Dolphin foot for a Bulldog ball. This will be Ruffin taking this one, sending it back to Thetford. She looks to transfer, but Fluharty gives her pressure, so she has to take it herself, and she does, up that middle, sending it to Kate Ruffin before dropping back. Ruffin will eliminate 2 defenders before trying to set it into Holland, but Zettervall will take that one for the Dolphins, send it up, trying to get it to Fluharty, but Thetford will take this one away for the Bulldogs. She'll send it back to Ruffin to try to reset the play. She'll send it up the middle, trying to get it to Galiotis, and does, as Galiotis retains possession, even with pressure from 1 and 2 Dolphins. She'll send it back to Ruffin, who will give and go up to Holland, who sends it right back up, trying to get it to Reese, but she just can't get a touch on that one as it sails over the end line for a Dolphin ball. The Bulldogs need to communicate on that forward line to get those tips in, as they are proven very effective, especially against a good defense such as the Dolphins. Zettervall to take this one at the top for the Dolphins. Pressure from Reese as Zettervall gets this one out to Mugler on the near side. Holland intercepts that one before Allie Gordon will take that one away for the Cape Henry Dolphins, sent out to Mugler and off her stick for a Bulldog ball. Holland to take this one, sends a big ball up. Don't know who that was trying to get to, but it'll sail over the end line for another Dolphin ball. Zettervall to take this one at the top. She'll send a big ball down below the 50, and Thetford will intercept that one for the Bulldogs. Still send up to Galiotis in the middle. We'll send another big ball into the 16. Reese gains possession in the 16, tries to get a shot off, but Mugler will take that one away easily right in front of Eliza Adams. It'll be deflected out by the Dolphins, and Kate Ware will take possession for the Bulldogs as she battles it out on that far sideline. The Bulldogs will get possession of the ball as Molly Ruffin sends this one up to Galiotis. And Galiotis retains possession even with pressure from 2 Dolphins, sends a big ball in, trying to get to Reese. Betancourt gets possession. She reverses it over to Newman. Reese is still in the play on that one, and the Dolphins get it out. And Allie Gordon to hit this one up the sideline. We're going to go out for a Bulldog ball to be taken by Holland. Holland takes this one, sends it up to Newman, who would try to pop it over the stick of Mugler for a baseline run. But Mugler hit that one over the low sideline for another Holland ball. Holland will take this baseline run, trying to get into the circle, and does. Eliminates our 2 defenders, but it'll be sent out. But it looks like Mugler had a touch on that one, but not before it hit her foot for the Bulldog corner. I believe this is the first of the afternoon. Pretty late into the game, with 22 minutes remaining in it. Betancourt, as usual, to insert for the Bulldogs. The Dolphins to look to come out 1 by 3. A little adjustment to made on the cage, pulling it up a bit. As Betancourt will insert this one up to Holland for a sweep. And she'll try to have Betancourt tip it in on that one. But it'll just go past her stick and over the end line for a Bulldog long hit. Haley battles for this one. on the near side and will get the foul. She'll self-start it, trying to get into the circle. Receive pressure from Allie Gordon. It'll be sent out by a Dolphin. Gracie Doherty sends that one back in. Looks like Holland has possession in the circle. Tries to go for that reverse chip, but will be stopped by the whistle. Be a Dolphin ball coming out. Hit to be taken by Zetterval. She'll self-start it before receiving pressure from Reese, and she'll get it off to Allie Gordon. That looks like number 11, Beisel, battling for it on this near sideline with the Bulldogs. Mugler take this ball for the Dolphins, sending it back to Zetterval, who will send it to Maiden to complete their transfer. They'll send it over the sideline, however, for a Bulldog ball. It's to be taken by Molly Ruffin on that far side, just below the 50. She'll send a big ball up. That'll be taken away by a Dolphin and right back to the Bulldogs by Kate Ruffin. She'll send it over to Haley Holland, who will try to get into the circle. Galiotis will have some trouble. Be sent back in, and Zetterval will eventually take it out for the Dolphins. Trying to get to Fluharty, touches off her stick into Thetford, and Thetford will take this one back up for the Bulldogs. She'll get rid of her defender and send a beautiful ball up to Holland. A beautiful series by Thetford. That'll be a Bulldog ball as the Dolphins got called for hacking on this near side. Both teams desperate for a goal here as no one wants to go into overtime. This ball is sent back to Doherty. She'll receive pressure from Fluharty, and she'll get another shot. She'll send it back to Thetford, over to Ruffin. She'll take some space and send it up, but it'll be taken away by a Dolphin. A battle for possession on that far sideline. The whistle ending it and giving it to the Bulldogs. It'll be sent into Ruffin by her sister Molly. It'll be taken away by Allie Gordon for the Cape Henry Dolphins as they have a big run down the field. Bulldogs rushing to get behind. And Holland will try to regain possession for the Bulldogs, but the whistle will call it the other way. Mugler take this one for the Dolphins. She'll self-start. Trying to get it to, looks like Fluharty down here. No, that's Wallace. As Doherty will try to gain possession for the Bulldogs, had the call against her. Dolphin ball taken by Mugler. Sent down to Wallace, who sends a big ball in on that baseline. Molly Ruffin taking out right in front of Tigner. I shall send it up to Haley Holland. And that'll be called on her for a foot foul for a Dolphin ball. Mugler take this one on this near side for the Dolphins. She'll take her space and send a big ball in. No one on the receiving line. It'll be a Bulldog ball on the opposite side. Bulldog ball on that far side, taken away by the Dolphins. However, Gracie Doherty will take that one out of the circle, be taken away by Wallace. She'll enter in, send it up, try to get that centering touch. It'll be sent out of the circle, back in by the Dolphins. Allie Gordon has possession, runs into trouble with Holland, and Holland will get possession for the Bulldogs, coming out on a 16-yard hit. Big ball will be sent up by the Bulldogs. Oh, sorry, that was just giving chase to the dead ball. This 16-yard hit to be taken by Thetford. She'll give it to Ruffin in the center. He'll receive trouble from a Dolphin, but Thetford gave possession. Allie Gordon will take that one away from Thetford. She'll receive pressure from Kate Ruffin. Ruffin and number 6, White, will battle on this near side as we sent back to Gordon. And that'll be called on her for a Bulldog ball. This to be taken by Gracie Doherty. She'll send it over to Kate Ruffin. She'll send it back to her twin, Molly, who will send it up to 5-Ash on that far side. She'll be double teamed, eliminate both of them, and will send it up, trying to get it to Betancourt, but it'll go over the sideline. Dolphin ball to come. This will be taken by Maiden. She'll send it up. Kate Ruffin to intercept, but she'll receive trouble. It looks like Olivia Wallace on that far side. I'm sorry, that's Caroline Fluharty, not Wallace. My Ruffin to send this one into Thetford. And over to Doherty to complete the transfer. She'll send it up to Holland, and in and out to Galiotis, and trying to get it up. Looks like Akaway on this near side, but Mugler will intercept that one as she'll be doubled by Doherty and Akaway. But it'll hit the feet of Doherty for a Mugler ball. The Bulldogs won't be able to get 5 yards away on that one, and Mugler will take the ball again, but she'll be stopped by the ref for too quick of a start. Mugler back to Zettervall. And she'll send it up to number 16, Summers. She'll go up to Fluharty, who will try to send it in, but Kate Ruffin will receive that one. She'll send that one up into the body of Fluharty, and they'll call that one on the Dolphins for being in the way. That ball we sent up to Holland. And she'll send a big ball, tipping it off the stick of a Cape Henry Dolphin and up to, looks like Betancourt on that far side. 5-Ash to take that one for the Bulldogs. She'll send it back to Kate Ruffin, trying to get up to Holland, but taken away by Dolphin. And that'll be number 13, Dylan. That'll be a Bulldog ball to be taken by 5-Ash, sent back to Molly Ruffin. Intercepted by the Dolphins as they'll take it down. They have the numbers on this one, as Doherty not able to get low enough on that block tackle, but calls a Dolphin corner, the 4th of the game, 2nd of the half. This, with only 13 minutes left to play in this second half, is a great opportunity here for the Dolphins to take the lead for the first time in the game. Neither team has been able to execute on their corners. We'll see how this one goes. That might be Dodzik to insert on this one. As the Bulldogs come out 2 by 2, Allie Gordon takes a shot off of Tigner and into the goal. Not in. Off her pads. Now it's in. Again, that Bulldog defense just watching Tigner as she struggles to save the ball from at least 4 or 5 Dolphin attackers. They need to come back and get those rebounds out as Tigner's being left alone in that cage. Dolphins go up 2-1, 12:45 left to play. As I can only believe this timeout that's being taken right now is by the Bulldogs, rather, trying to see if they can tie it up or even take the lead in the next 12 minutes. We'll be back when the teams retake the field. And we're back. 12:45 left to play in this game if they don't go into overtime, as the Dolphins have just taken the lead 2-1 over the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs. This scene a little too reminiscent for the Bulldogs here, as they did lose the lead late in the game last year as well. Hoping not to have the same effect, they are attacking now on that far side. The Dolphins take this one away, but the rest will call it Bulldogs' direction. The Bulldogs look to have made a few substitutions on that forward line, putting in a lot of the youngsters up there. I see Betancourt and Adams, both of the 8th graders on the team, as they are two of the highest scorers unexpectedly this year. Holland to take this one, sends it into Ruffin, as she'll send it up to Galiotis on the near side. She'll get the foul on that one. Looks like a third man or a hacking call. She'll send it into the circle. Lizzie Adams trying to get possession, but Zettervall will take that one away. It'll be a Bulldog ball. Not getting signal of what the foul was on that one. Holland to take this one for the Bulldogs, trying to send it in, but Zettervall taking that one once again for the Dolphins. It'll come to the stick of Thetford, who will send it up to Foley, who I guess is checked in after this timeout. She'll send it up to Betancourt, who takes it up that far side, eliminates all of her defenders, looks like to be 3 of them. She pops it over the stick up to Lizzie Adams, but she just can't get the proper touch off to get the shot. Be sent off of her stick over the sideline for a Dolphin ball to be taken by Maiden. Maiden received instant pressure from 2 Bulldogs as she sends it over the sideline. This will be another Dolphin ball as it touched off the stick of a Bulldog. Mugler will take this one. And she'll send it back to Zettervall, who will send it up, trying to get it to number 7, Dozick, but run into trouble with Gracie Doherty and Olivia Galiotis. Allie Gordon will get possession back for the Dolphins as she'll send it up to Dozick, but Kate Ruffin will take that one away and send it back to Molly Ruffin. She'll whiff that one. No one's around, so it's not dangerous, but it'll be taken away on that far side. That looks like Olivia Wallace. No, that's Caroline Flew-Hardy. That'll be a Dolphin ball as they look to widen their lead. Be sent back to Ellie Gordon at the 15 and sent sailing over that end line for a Bulldog 16-yard hit. Molly Ruffin take this one. She'll send it to the stick of Haley Holland, who tries to send it up to Betancourt, but it'll sail over the sideline for a maiden ball for the Dolphins. The Dolphins not in any rush here as they have the lead for the first time in the game. That'll be sent from Maiden up to Gordon, as that'll be taken away by Foley on that far side. Sent back to Betancourt and to Holland. A fight for possession as we give into the Dolphins. This looks like Maiden taking that one on that far 25, or sorry, 50. She'll send it back to Zettervall. And she'll send it up to number 22 for it to be taken away by Molly Ruffin, who will send it over this near sideline for a Dolphin ball. Mugler take this one for the Dolphins with 8:20 left to play. Mugler sends this one in the stick of Galiotis, who will send it back, trying to get it to Lizzie Adams, but number 16, Jillian Summers, will get that one for the Dolphins, sending it back to Zettervall, who sent a ball up to Wallace But Wallace can't gain control, and Doherty will for the Bulldogs. Doherty trying to beat 3 defenders and does by giving it off to Kate Ruffin. And that'll be taken away by Kaner for the Dolphins. She'll send it up to, it looks like Fluharty up there, who will send it back, trying to get it to Allie Gordon, but Bencourt will intercept that one quickly and send it back to Holland. And there'll be a green card given to Allie Gordon for the charging call. She'll be out for the next 2 minutes and will come back into play with 5:27. The Bulldogs will hopefully take advantage of this one as they are still down 2-1. The Dolphins regain possession on that far side. It's sent back into Kate Ruffin. As she has possession in the middle, gives it off to Galiotis. She has space, and she'll send it in. It'll be tapped off the stick of Mugler. Surprised that one's not called dangerous by the ref. She'll send it to that far sideline where Maiden will gain control, but Foley will take that one away. She'll dribble it in. She has space, gets it. Mugler is taking it out on that far side. She'll try to pop it over the stick of Foley, but it'll come off her stick for a Dolphin ball. Looks like Zettervall taking that one for the Dolphins as she sends a big ball up. Kate Ruffin will take this one away for the Bulldogs. She tries to wheel and deal up to Haley Holland, and she will as Holland gets the foul. She'll self-start this one, taking it into the circle, trying to get a shot on her corner here, but it'll be taken away by the Dolphins. That'll be taken over the sideline by the Dolphins for a Bulldog ball to be taken by Molly Ruffin. .550 left to play. Only 40 seconds left of this advantage here for the Dogs, as Allie Gordon will soon re-enter play. This ball sent up to Galiotis on the near side. Sent in, trying to get the touch is Lizzie, Adams, and Newman, but that'll go over the end line. They send Eliza Adams to get this ball off the end line, trying to get as much time run off the clock as possible, as Allie Gordon has now re-entered play, back to 11-11 aside. Zettervall takes this one in the backfield, sends it over to Maiden, who send a ball up trying to get it to number 22, Kaner, but taken away by the Bulldogs, and back by Allie Gordon. Five minutes left to play. Allie Gordon takes a big hit down and over the end line. This will be a Bulldog ball taken by Molly Ruffin. Molly Ruffin to take this one on that far side. She'll send it into the middle, and it'll be stopped by Wallace. But it'll pop up her stick, and they'll call it against her for a Bulldog ball to be taken by Holland. She'll send it up, trying to get it to Lizzie Adams. Newman will take possession. She'll lose it. Adams will regain. She needs to keep it on her stick here, trying to go for that baseline run. Eliminates her defender beautifully. Gets her another, gets the ball to Newman. And we send over that end line for another Cape ball. Eliza Adams to retrieve it once again to slow down time. The Bulldogs looking for any opportunity to score here, as there's only 3:45 left in this game, and they're still down 1-2. Zettervall will take this one for the Dolphins. Sends it right to the stick of Gracie Doherty. Newman will get possession. No, that's Galiotis. She'll send a big ball in. That'll be taken away by the Dolphins and sent all the way down on this near sideline for a Bulldog ball. As this looks like Rachel Thetford will take this one. No, she's just picking it up for Doherty. Doherty will self-start this one with a big hit as she sends that to the stick of Zettervall just above the 25. Zettervall will send this one out to Wallace. She'll receive trouble from Galiotis, but she'll just send it right back to Mugler. Mugler to take this one for the Dolphins. Tries to send it up to number 7, Dodzik, but it'll go through her stick and into Rachel Thetford. She'll send a big ball up, but right in the stick of Allie Gordon. But Newman will take that one away from Gordon. But Mugler will take that one from Newman. Newman still giving chase on this ball with Mugler, as Mugler sends it over the side for Gracie Doherty Bulldog ball. She'll send a big ball up. It somehow stays in bounds before going over the end line for Cape Henry 16. This one again to be taken by Mugler. 2 minutes left to play in this game. Dolphins still up 2-1. Mugler sending this one in the stick of Galiotis. And she'll get the call. Holland will try to self-start it, but take it too fast for the ref's liking. 1.5 minutes to play. The Dolphins don't look, sorry, the Bulldogs don't look like they have the sense of urgency they need to, as Haley sends it down to Galiotis. And it slips over the end line for another Dolphin ball. Looking to take their time now. The Dolphins are in no rush to take this hit. The clock hits 1 minute as the Dolphins take this hit. Zettervall sends it in the stick of Kate Ruffin, who sends a big ball right back in, trying to get it to anyone in the circle, but reaches Zettervall instead of a Bulldog. Newman gives chase, and she'll get the coming from behind, as Zettervall will take this one for the Dolphins. Thetford will gain possession as we have less than a minute to play. The Bulldogs trying desperately to get into the circle and get a corner or any sort of shot off to get back in the game. Ruffin sends a big ball up. Tries to get it to Huddleston, and Huddleston will get the call. The Dolphins sending it back, trying to again waste time. Holland will take this big ball for the Bulldogs as it gets to Newman's stick. Lizzie Adams tries to get Eliza Adams there. The Bulldogs trying to get it and tips off the top post. I don't know how that did not go in the goal. 8 seconds left to play as the ref's debating what's going on. The Cape Henry coach is pointing it for it to come out of the circle, but the ref points a corner, the last offensive time here for the Bulldogs, as there's no time left on the clock. In field hockey, there's a corner called and the time runs out. They will still play out the corner, but as soon as it exits the circle, the play will be over. The Bulldogs here, to keep the game going, need to score or get another corner, as Brooke Betancourt will insert this one as the Cape Henry Dolphins will come out 1-3. A desperate last attempt for the Bulldogs here, as she inserts it to Kate Ruffin, who will switch it over in the Dolphin signature corner over to Haley Holland. Up, Eliza Adams saves it. Olivia Galiotis send it back in, and it goes out of the circle for the Cape Henry Dolphins to win 2-1 over the Norfolk Academy Bulldogs. The second year in a row here, the Bulldogs have let up this lead in the end of the game. Although this TCIS run may be over for the Bulldogs, both the Dolphins and the Bulldogs will resume state play next week, as the Bulldogs will take their first game on Tuesday, I believe, and the Dolphins the same day as well, as the Dolphins will play in the Division II state tournament and the Bulldogs in Division I. This has been the TCIS Field Hockey Championships. The Cape Henry Dolphins defeat the Bulldogs 2-1. I'm Olivia Heighton. Good night and God bless.